Okay, so next up we're going to create the data model, which we're going to call sound. And a sound will have a audio file and an image file and also a category. Then we're going to create a sound manager, which will allow us to get either access to all sounds or just a sound by category. So we're going to pass in an empty or populated observable collection that we're going to bind to, and we'll stick instances of sound into it, whether it be all of them or just filtered by category. And then I'll do some preliminary binding just so we can see something appear on screen. It won't do much yet, but at least it'll get us that far. So let's go ahead and get started here and create a model folder. And I'm going to create a class inside that model folder called sound. And in this class, I'm going to create, I'm going to give it a name and a category. So let's come back to category because I think I want to create enumeration there. Whoops. And then let's give it a an audio file and an image file. All right, and I'm going to create a sound category. So public enum sound category, and those categories will be, the categories that I already kind of had here: animals, cartoons, taunts, and warnings. So animals, cartoons, taunts, warnings. Great. And so I'll make this category of type sound category. Alright, and I think I'm going to also do something to make it easy to populate all these. I know that the audio and the image files follow a similar pattern. They're all going to be found at /assets/audio/ category name / sound name. Same thing with icons. They'll be at /assets/images/ animal or category / name. So I can make it easy on myself whenever I create new instances of these little guys by creating a an overloaded constructor. So public sound, and we'll take a name and a category. Sound category. And then we can do something like this. Name equals name. Category equals category, and then the audio file will equal string.format, and we'll give it the category and the name, and inside there it'll be like /assets/audio/ then whatever the category name is, then whatever the file name is, wave, right? And then we can do the exact same thing for image as well. So image file, just change this from audio to images and from wave to PNG, and that should work. We'd populate those to just be a really easy way of constructing those. Let me make sure I have the names of things right, like these folders. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I think we're good to go there. Great. Next up, let's create the sound manager, which will allow us to get instances of sound. So I like to make these manager classes static and stateless, or I should say the methods inside of them static. And what I want to do is be able to pass in an observable collection, have it populated. So I know I'm going to create like a private static, and this will return. What will it return? Yeah, it'll return just a list of sound called get sounds, something like that. And so let's do a var sounds equals new list of sound, like that. And then we'll just do sounds.add add a new sound, and we'll use the overloaded constructor to give it a name. So, for example, I think cow and animals. And we'll just follow that little pattern there a bunch of times. And then we'll return sounds. Okay. So, the other one's cat. Then here, well, I'm going to have to look at my folders. Cartoons, gun and spring. Okay, gun, spring. And both of those are cartoons. Great. Now, taunts, clock and lol. Okay. And then finally, warning, ship and siren. Whoops. Warnings. There we go. Okay, so far so good. So we can get a list of sounds. So let's go public static void get all sounds. And first thing I'll do is just var sounds equals get sounds, like so. What I want to do is be able to pass in an observable collection of sound, because that's what I'm going to have passing in from main page.xaml.cs to this sound manager. So observable collection of type sound, like so. Let me get that namespace in there. System collections object model. Great. And whoops, I gotta give it a variable name. Observe. I don't know what a good name for this is. Sounds. Here, I'll just do this. I'm gonna call this all sounds. Hard to know what to name things. I keep saying that, but it's true. All right, all sounds. Okay. So sounds.clear, because we want to get rid of anything that's already in that collection. And then, do you remember what we did with that nifty little lambda expression we did here? I think I can do that. Isn't that how that would work? Yeah, I think that'll work. Well, we'll test it and make sure it works, but I'm pretty sure that's the lambda expression I need to add. So we're going to loop through every sound that we pulled back from this get sounds. And for each one, I'm going to add it to this observable collection of sound called sounds. I don't need to return anything because it's passed in by reference. Let's do the same thing here with public static void get sounds by category, and it's going to work almost identically. We'll still have this observable collection of sound passed in, but I'm also going to pass in a sound category called sound category, and we'll just filter on that. And let me fix that. Okay. So here again, we'll get all sounds equals sounds. This time I want to filter though, and so var filtered equals all sounds dot where and p dot category equals sound category. All right, and then I'll go sounds dot clear, just like before, and then filtered sounds dot for each. Okay, yeah, why can't I do that? Because I didn't to-list this on the end, I think. There we go. filtered sounds dot for each given p, call sound and add that item to our observable collection of sound. Okay, so that's all the setup we should have to do for Sound Manager and for sound, at least for the moment. Now in the main page.xaml.cs, we're going to want to create a private reference to the observable collection called sounds. Whoops, observable collection of sound. Whoops. All right, there we go. Great. Okay, very good. And what I want to do is, first of all, after we initialize the component, let's set, let's call the sound manager and get all sounds passing in our observable collection of sound, and that should populate it now. Okay, very good. And that's all I should have to do for the moment, and let me just see if I can bind to it. So let's create an XML namespace for data, and we're going to set that equal to, whoops, not application insights. Let's set that equal to UWP SoundBoard model. Great. Here in my data template, I'm going to need to set the data type equal to data sound. Okay, and then let's compile. You can see that I'm getting a blue squiggly. It's just because we haven't built in a while. Let's make sure everything builds. Okay, good. And then I'm going to set the source equal to xbind, and then what's the name? Audio file? Does that sound right? I think that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. Duh. Image file, not audio file. Okay, that's better. Let's see what this does. Oh, yeah, and then I need to give it a source. So items source, and we'll go xbind that to sounds. And I'll cross my fingers, and with any luck, we'll get at least some images on screen. Okay. No reference. Okay, we can fix that. Yeah. All right. It's not pretty, but I got all of my icons there. Yeah, things are pretty ugly right now. But I got the binding to kind of work, and we'll fix. Well, let's take a quick stab at why we might be getting some oddness there. I think the fundamental problem here is that that split view should be in grid.row equals 1. I think that's pretty much the biggie. So let's try that again. That should at least push that gray little area down a little bit. Okay, we got that going for us now. And while we're here and while I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and get the hamburger button click working. So we'll go my split view dot is open equals not my split view dot is pane open, like so. And at least that'll open that up. Now, the other thing that I need to do here, I'm going to need one more. I'm going to take a different tact. I think I said with regards to the the pane of our split view. I was going to use a list view control instead. And so what I need to do is make another model class, a view model class called menu items. So let me go ahead and just do that real quick. It's pretty easy. It'll only take a minute or two to do this. So let's go menu item. And let's go public class menu item. And we'll go icon file and then sound category. So what category does that icon represent? And that'll help us to filter the sounds based on the selected menu item in the split view pane. So back here in the main page.xaml, then what we'll do is I'll do it right here, I guess. I'm going to create a private list of menu item called menu items. So we'll set that, and then we'll set the category equal to sound category dot whatever. Now the icon file will be at assets / icons / animals png, like that. So let me go and let's go cartoon and taunt and warning. So cartoons, taunts, warnings. Great. Now let's bind those here on our list view. So let me go ahead and I'm going to add a stack panel with the orientation set to horizontal. And here I'm going to add an image. I'm going to set its source equal to the icon file. And I think I need to set the height 45, width 45. And we have to reduce that, but let's start with that. And then the text block next to it, it'll have the text xbind category. Like that. Font size 18. And I know I'm going to need some padding on the left. Actually, let's go margin on the left 10, 0, 0, 0. And then on the list view, I'm going to set the item source equal to xbind menu items. Alright, let's see if that works. It may not look pretty, but let's just make sure it even works here. Oh. What did I look? Menu items, main page cannot be found on it. Menu items. Icon file category. Wait, what? Whoops. List view. I'm going to need a data template here. Kind of got ahead of myself there, didn't I? All right. And let's go x data type equals data menu item. That should work. Let's build it. Okay. What did I do this time? Oh, here again, same issues before. Menu items equals new list menu item, and go. That is not what I had in mind. Somewhere I have erred. What did I do wrong? Alright, I think I just lost my mind, that's all. Let's see if that works. Fixes it. There we go. Alright, this, you know, the margins and everything are off, but we can fix that pretty easily. I'm going to actually do that in the next video. This one's getting kind of long. Okay, so we created two data sources, one for menu, but the main one is for the sounds. And we also created a sound manager that lets us get at those sounds and split them up by category. And we'll continue working on this in the next lesson when we actually now hook up the sounds to the media element and start playing things. That'll be exciting. Okay, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks.